Hey y'all, it's Carolina. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm going to be going over how I set up my 2025 reading journal. This is what it looks like here. I have it in this beautiful leather cover with rockets on it. And the inside looks like this a little bit. So if you're interested in seeing how I set it up, then stay tuned. So I don't know if this is the first video that's going to be going on my channel since I've been gone, but if it is, I'm back. I have a new channel name. It's The Fold and Fable. I can talk about that in another video about why I decided to change my channel name and what's been going on. But you're here to see my reading journal setup. So I got this cover from Coach. Let me see here, from the Coach. It's also my first time filming overhead, so this is not like the best setup. This is just a setup with what I had. So this is the leather cover, and it's from Coach, and I got it during one of their like Black Friday sales. So I think it was 30% off or something like that. So it was around $35. I really like it. They might still have it. They might still have it. So if you're interested, check out thecoachoutlet.com. So this cover was definitely an impulse buy. I One of my favorite quotes from Octavia Butler is her saying, which is right here, there is nothing new under the sun, but there are new suns. That's always been my favorite quote, one of my favorite quotes from her, because I am a sci-fi fantasy person. So I like stories that take me to a different galaxy, that take me to a different world, a different time, a different reality, all of that thing. So I felt like the rocket ship went perfectly with the theme of this reading journal. So some of the supplies that I have for my reading journal are my pencil case. I got this from the Lit Bar in the Bronx. I also use one of these three pens. They're all black, but it just depends on what I'm feeling like writing with. And then I also use these, I think, needle nose. No, not needle nose. Very sharp tweezers. They're super. You can get them with like nail art supplies or electronic repairs or whatever. They're not very expensive. I think they even call them sticker tweezers now, but I had some. So I just use that. And then the notebook itself to keep track of my actual reading. There's a couple of other stamps and things like that that I'll go over in the video later as to what I use, but really it's mostly just a pen and this notebook. So this Coach cover actually came with this Coach notebook inside of it. It's pretty good. Like the pages are pretty thick. It's an A5 size notebook. And it comes with a decent amount of pages, but I'm not a fan of the spacing of the lines in this. So I decided to use another notebook that I had from Target. It's just over here to the side. So this notebook is from Wit and Delight. They sell it at Target. I think they still sell it at Target, but this is what the line spacing is. It's a little bit tighter, and I really liked also the pages of it. And it also had a glued in spine, so I was able to just like peel the pages out. So I took the pages out of this notebook that I was trying to use as a reading journal last year. I cut them down to fit the A5 size. I punched holes in it and I put them in here. So that's how I also got the like gilded edges. That's because the other notebook already had that. I didn't add that myself. But these rings on the notebook are from, sorry, these discs on the notebook are from clothandpaper.com. I ordered 0.75-inch rings, disc. Sorry, I keep saying rings, disc. And they sent me, I got a clear one, and they sent me also these silver ones, which fit inside. So they're obviously not 0.75. I think these are closer to like half an inch disc. I was going to return them, but I realized that they were pretty much the same size as the rings on the Coach notebook. So I was like, oh, I can actually use that as the disc for my reading journal. So that's what I decided to do. So I already showed you this. This is a quote from Octavia Butler that I want to start my reading journey this year. I think she looks so cool and cute there. So the last book I read for 2024 was a reread of Black Sun. I because I want to read the third book, Mirrored Heaven, and I like to reread series when it's been a long time, and so I remember what actually happened in the book. So I'm not going into it kind of forgetting. But this is what I'm planning on doing for my reading journal. I have this little tracker back here, which is where I'm going to keep just a magnetic bookmark that I got, I don't know, from something. And that's how I keep track of like where I am. So it'll pop up, you see, right here. And then the further along I get in, I'll be able to keep track of where I am. But the reason why I like the disc planner instead of keeping it bound in the notebook is that I can take the pages out, and I can pop them back in. So if you're not familiar with disc bound planners or notebooks, that's kind of the drawing point. No, the draw, not just drawing point. The draw of it is that you can take the pages out, rearrange them. Sorry, you can take the pages out, rearrange them, and it's kind of like having a ring binder, but a little bit different, a little bit fancy. So another one of my goals for this year is to use up the craft supplies that I already own. My sister bought me a Cricut Maker for my graduating college present, and I have a printer, so I'm able to print and make stickers. So that's why I decided to go and make some stickers for my reading journal. So these stickers have, this one's already, I started reading another book. These stickers also have my old channel name, so that's why it says that. But these stickers have the things that I want to remember for each book review. So these are like the questions that I want to make sure that I answer when I'm writing my book review. So what is the format? Was it a physical book or an audio book? Was it recommended to me by somebody the date I started, the day I finished? A memorable scene, themes, what I liked, what I disliked, character quotes, rating. Am I going to reread it? And is it part of a series? So I have these stickers right here in the back. These, it took me a long time to figure out how to make these stickers. There was a lot of trial and error with my Cricut machine, but we figured it out, and now that we've learned how to do it, we don't have to learn how to do it again. So I knew for my reading journal that I wanted, like I said, to answer the same questions over and over again. I also knew that I wanted it to be a hybrid between a guided reading journal and just like a blank sheet of paper. So that's where the stickers come in. So I'm gonna bring it a little bit closer. So right here I have memorable scene, and if you have not read the book, don't read the words because there's some spoiler here. But I have a memorable scene that I wanted to remember from the reread of this, what I liked, what I disliked, some themes, the name of the characters, and things like that. So the benefit of having the sticker is that I can put the sticker down at the line that I need to. And then if the memorable scene takes up 5 lines, then I write 5 lines and I put the next sticker down. If the memorable scene takes up 10 lines, then I can write for 10 lines and then put the next sticker down. So it's a little bit, it's flexible, but the stickers let me know what I want to write. So it's a little bit of like I said, a hybrid between a regular notebook and a guided reading journal, like one of these. So I have this one. I also got from Target. From this is a YouTuber, Books and Quills. I don't. I just saw that this was a book club journal, and eventually I do want to make a book club. That's something that I'm interested in. So I got this for some help on how to start a book club. But I like a lot of things about this. I like that there was more space in this journal than like this one from another. This is a Clockwork Orange, another YouTuber. Oh no, sorry, a Clockwork Reader. She's another YouTuber here on BookTube, and she has I didn't even finish it, but I thought her reading journal was really pretty. But you see here like, where were you when you read this book? I felt like some of the prompts weren't necessarily for me. Would I recommend this book and why? What did I learn from the book? Like these are all things that I think can be consolidated into one category at the end, or I can add if I learned something from that book, or if I felt like this book was something that I wanted to talk more about. But this is super pretty. She did a really good job making it. See, I tried to use it, but I just did not. I did not finish. So I've tried using guided reading journals before. I have not had success, so I decided to make a hybrid. This gives me a little bit of flexibility, but it also looks nice. Like, it looks, because the stickers are clear and it's different than from my handwriting, then it's like I still get that guided reading journal feel without having to have those limitations on the space. I know that a lot of people don't have access to a Cricut. You don't just have a Cricut lying around. I'm not telling you to go out there and buy one. My original plan, for this reading journal was to take an index card, tape it to either the last page on the back cover, or the last page, and then have it like tape it, like use some washi. Like, I have some washi here. Let's just use. My original plan was to use some washi, write down the questions that I was going to ask myself for every single book review, use some washi like this, and make like a tip, not a tip in exactly, but like a little folded piece, right? Tape it on both sides. I'm not using an index card, but something like this was my original plan. Press them together and then make like something that you could fold in and out. So like, just washi tape something in, washi tape this index card in, have all of the things that I wanted to ask myself here. So that way, when I went to like write my reading journal, like my reading review, my review of the book, I can just bloop, flip this out, have the questions on here, and just write them down. So if you don't have a Cricut Maker and you're interested in doing something like this, where you have an old notebook laying around that you want to use up, um, for a reading journal, but you kind of don't remember what the things that you want to ask yourself for every single book review, do some of this. It doesn't have to be washi tape. It could be scotch tape. It could be shipping tape. You could glue it in. You could even do a piece of computer paper, a piece of that notebook paper, just cut it down, make it a little bit smaller. If you have more questions, then you can make a bigger piece, you can use a bigger piece of paper. I also decided to use, I wanted to make it a little pretty. So I decided to use clear stamps for my titles. So that's why you see this is here. And these are the stamps that I use. They're from Michaels. Obviously they've been open, but this is like from Michaels. I think it was $10 for the pack, but these are always, Michaels always has a sale. Here, I'll put it on the back so you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, so it's like the alphabet. I also got some more plain typography ones for these, and I decided to get smaller ones for titles that are really long, like How to Drown in a Glass of Water, because I knew there was no way that I'm going to be able to write How to Drown in a Glass of Water with these big stamps, so I got these smaller ones. You will need, if you decide to get clear stamps, you're going to need acrylic blocks to hold the stamps. So you put the stamps on here, then you use an ink pad like this, and then you ink it on the thing. Okay, this is a little out of order. I recorded this a little bit later, so everything's set up slightly different. But I decided to, why not show you how I do the acrylic, the clear stamps. All right, so let's do Mirrored Heaven. So these are the clear acrylic blocks from Michaels. I'm going to use this one. I could use, you know what? I think I'm going to use the long one instead. Like I said, I am recording this after the video has already been recorded. So this is my camera battery. Let's try and make it look how it did before I put everything away. Okay, how's that? Great. So we take I apologize for the plastic noises. If you don't like plastic noises, I'll try to minimize that. You take the M, you put it on the clear block. I like these because it has a little grid. Can you see that? It has a little grid on it, so you can kind of line it up straight. It's more important for me to see than for you to see at this stage right now. But you put the M. I like to do the decorative letter by itself first. You take the ink, you press the stamp in there real nice. See that? Then Mirrored Heaven is a pretty long title. I actually, you know what? We're going to go for it. We're going to put all the way. Sorry, I need to see. I'm actually going to take the page out. Make sure there's no ink on my hands. Yeah, that's better. So I'm going to do this. Trying to line it up with what I already put down. It's definitely crooked, but that's okay. M. That is so close to the edge. Whatever. We are not trying to be perfectionists on this channel. We're just trying to be consistent. So I'm going to take this. It's just my index card. Just a little scrap piece of paper. Just kind of take the extra ink off. Take the M off. Put it back here. And I'm just trying to see if Mirrored Heaven would even fit. So I got all my stamps on this one, all the letters that I'm going to be using on that one. I'm going to do them one at a time because the title is, I'm not sure if the title is going to fit. So I just have the I on here. I have my stamp. I'm going to have these be real close. And also my letters, I just realized, are super high off the line. I will, you know what, I'm going to speed this up. I find this meditative, but it does take a while. If you'd want to get it kind of nice. One thing I will add is that when I'm lining it up with the grid, I'm not lining it up to the edge of the stamp. I'm lining it up to the bottom of the letter. So that way the bottom of the letter is on straight, or as straight as, you know, I can get it. I don't know. Do you think it's going to fit? I'm not sure. Mirrored Heaven. Ooh, it's going to be tight. It'll be tight. Maybe I should switch. I should have done it smaller. It's okay. It does not have to be perfect. Mirrored. It might say Mirrored Heaven. I know it's heavens, but... So I know that some people just put them all together. But like my E, if you see that, my E has a lot of space in the front. Maybe I can take some scissors and trim that down, but... That's why I like... No! I just have a little rubbing alcohol because it's like on the sticker. some of it. So maybe I can just... No. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh no. Well, it's fine. It's okay. Silently panicking. I'm just gonna use some correction tape and rebooting. It's fine. Everything is fine. You know what? I'm gonna redo this page. It doesn't fit. But I already have the footage of me doing the mirrored part. Everything's gonna be okay. I'm going to show you, because I have these other stamps as well. So the cool thing about these stamps is that they stick together. You can take them apart like that and make words and stick them together. And they also have double the letters. So I'm just going to write heaven. They also have like spaces. This blank one is a space. I'm gonna use this ink pad instead. The ink is not as good, but the pad is a little bit softer, and these are harder, so I think it'll pick up a little bit more ink. But yeah, this is just a big old ink pad from Michaels. Yeah. Oh, that's upside down. It's a good thing I didn't do that on the paper I ruined. But whatever. Okay. Excellent. Crooked. So that's how I use the clear acrylic stamps and also these, what are these called? Clickable stamp set from Michaels. You click them together, you stamp the thing. But yeah, I think that the stamps add like just enough of a decoration that makes me excited about turning the pages in my reading journal. But it's also low stakes enough that I can definitely keep this up. So I read the first one and I read the second one, and the first one I decided to draw a crow. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it here because I drew it in pencil. I'm not an artist. Sorry about moving the camera. I'm not an artist or anything, but I did decide to draw a crow because it was very important to the first book. I also drew Coyote's Maw. Again, not an artist. I actually started working on the back of this page first because I was already thinking about making these stickers, but I wasn't sure what I wanted. So I started listening to the book, and I was like, oh, I'm listening to the book and having all of these thoughts. Let me just write them down. I wrote them in pencil and then I went over them in pen. You can, if you like, you can probably see I haven't erased the pencil yet. But that's one thing that if you don't want to commit to it, then write it in pencil, go over it in pen, and then erase it. But yeah, I used the back of this to just draw my little crow. And then I read the second book. This is the first book that I'm reading that I read this year. Um, did the same thing with the title. I had a lot more to say about what I liked. That's about the same. But I think I had more about what I disliked in this book. So that's what's here. And you see like right here, themes and characters. That's on the back. So I also added another section here with like additional thoughts that I had about the book because I didn't make a sticker for additional thoughts, but that's okay. I had additional thoughts to add to this book, and when I'm done at the end of the year, then I'll be able to make that sticker if that's what I want. If I have enough books that have additional thoughts sections or whatever, then I can just always add it to my little stickers. What for this one, I did do something a little bit different. The audiobook comes with extras that are PDF maps of the cities in the story. If these are super, super mild spoilers, but if you're not interested in any sort of spoilers at all, maybe like click away from the video. But it's not even, you're just getting a map with the names of the cities. There's nothing like plot wise in the next page. But yeah, so I decided to print them out here and here. This is the meridian, and then this is the city of Tova, which is where the book takes place. The back, then we have the characters. I won't turn these, but because there are some spoilers as far as like characters that have died in the first and second book are crossed out, so I'm not going to turn that. I printed these out on just regular computer paper. I punched holes in them, and then I decided to add them here because this is a story that takes place that they have a map. This is a story that has a map, which I love. So I decided to print the map out and put it in here. So that's another thing that I love about the discbound system. And a ring bound, like you can just punch holes in it and add pages to it. And it doesn't even have to be like, it's not the same size as this, but it doesn't, I don't care. Another thing that I decided to do with my reading journal this year is to be less precious about it. I feel like a lot of times I get stuck in the need to make it super pretty, and like I love seeing other people's bookshelfies and seeing everybody's stats and all of the different colored pens and markers and stickers and things like that that they use. And while I I love seeing that, I tried to do that and it was very overwhelming for me personally. I'm just focusing on consistency. So I decided to keep mine just black ink, black stamp ink, clear stickers with black ink, and just pen. I do think that I'm going to add a piece of vellum on top of this because I'm not sure if this ink is going to rub off on this leather. Um, I I printed this at home. I made this insert, but I also made the inserts for my daily planner. This is what I'm using for my planner. It's a Moterm cover, the olive green one, and just to give you a little sneak peek. I have another Octavia Butler quote in there, some stickers, and so these inserts right here, I made them myself. If that's something that you're interested in seeing, like a overview of what my planner is looking like this year, let me know. I'm happy to go over that. So let me know, comment down below. Are you starting a reading journal this year? How do you keep track of your books? Do you also use Storygraph? Are you more of a like, I need to type? I'm a computer person. Maybe you have a spreadsheet. Maybe you have Notion. Whatever you use, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.